My sincere apologies. I was forced to resign. Butler-sama claimed of Rose's strangled to her death and died in an accident. I struck down and read with both deaths were homicides. But I could not repel his chain of moves, placing Eva as the principal offender. But Eva was sleeping in her room the whole time as Hideyoshi cared for her. He put forth the possibility that Hideyoshi was an accomplice, and the two worked together to create an alibi. He even suspects Hideyoshi? Could you have struck back by saying read that they were in the guest room at the time of the murder? I also thought about that, but in any event, several important pieces might have taken several moves later. And because of the possibility that this move was part of the preparations made by the new Bevatrice, I acted out of respect to her. My apologies. Reparations, you say? Her mind does seem to be sharp. Oh, we can let her do as she likes. It will be quite a show to see how far she can go. I thought you would say that. I see that your disciple's unpleasantness has you in a bad mood. That's none of your business. I wonder how that one plans on destroying this barricade from here on out. I shall keep a close eye on her. Oh, and how was the battler's mood? I don't really care, but it's unreasonable to have to talk to him through you. It appeared as though he had calmed himself down. He did say that, after all, he couldn't get fired up without you as his opponent. Really, that's no surprise at all. If I don't return for the fourth twilight after, Bella would probably be lonely by himself. And with that, if you would excuse me, I must bake some delicious cookies, so as to at least enliven the discussion between my lady and Battler-sama. That guy really was munching on your cookies, wasn't he? It must be because he's a boy that can eat so much. Make a lot of them. Certainly. I shall make enough cookies to bury the table. Yes, you do just that. What's going on? What do you want to talk about? I already called Rudolph onto the corridor. Because Alex said she wanted to talk about something that she didn't want the others to hear. Yeah. Want to go outside. Normally that body cannot last with nothing more than a small breakfast, but... Of course, we understand. Now is probably the lightest. Now is the most convenient time. Only about an hour has passed since Rosa-san was attacked. This is simply too reckless. It was only natural that Natsuki was yelling about recklessness, because Rudolph had said that he was going to the mansion to get food. Certainly, they were being tormented by hunger as well as their fatigue. In the beginning, they were fine because they could fight their moderate hunger with their drowsiness. Now it just made their minds hazy, even though it was only midday and their bodies felt like they were reaching their limits. The thought of going to the kitchen in the mansion and bringing back food certainly was attractive. I am opposed to this. Maybe a little tough, but we definitely shouldn't leave this place. It is all right for us. It would pain my heart to keep the children hungry. I must bear my responsibility as a parent. Dear, now that father has passed away, you are the who me a family head. It is not permissible to take on such danger. Yes. It's like Natsuki-san says. Kraus-san, you should remain here as leader. Then who will go to the mansion? And then Kairi and I, and Hideyoshi-Nisan as well should go. Hideyoshi-Nisan and I are holding guns. You shouldn't be able to handle us that easily. Rosa-san was also holding a gun, but she was attacked. Isn't it dangerous? Went out to check on Rosa Maria-chan. Was alone. Still had a gun with me. But I wasn't attacked. And because of their opponent is a man. 2 men, and even 2 guns. Those 2 act as guards, and I'll push the cart with the things. However, the situation clearly differs from that of Rosa. You're counting on me as a man, I'll be pleased to help. I don't look it, but I train this body, pawn stars. Leave the heavy lifting to me. This is a folding cart in the servant room, so using that, I should be able to carry it. Handle carrying the food alone. Of course, we will be careful. We've seen this venture just once. We'll never again need to take the risk of leaving that place. Is there any way to get you to reconsider? It may be painful whatever and deal with enemy stomach, but even so, we do not know what could happen outside now. I'll take care. Now it's feeling pretty darn bad right now. I can't let her stay hungry. Her stomach's empty, she can't even take her medicine. I'm going to go out for Eva's sake. How is Eva? He's finally on to sleep. He's burning up too. We should leave her be for a while. I guess you just can't stand still when it comes to your wife's health. Understood. I'll give you permission to go outside. Then we'll take a little trip there and back. A speed contest. Canned food is okay, right? We at least have a can opener here, right? Yes. We have a can opener and a bottle opener. There's running water in the guest house, so we won't need anything to drink.
10人分もあるんだから好き嫌いは言わせないわ。
There's 10 people to cover for, so you'll have to take what you can get. Alright, alright, that's us out there, bring it back pronto. There's no time to open umbrellas. So, Aniki, what's the place for me? Be careful. I don't know what circumstances I would want to go too. Being a man, I despise the type of oldest brother that prevents me from lending a hand in an emergency like this. This is not the only time we get to show off. Sit back and take it easy every once in a while, Aniki. Alright, Natsuki-san. Wait here and get some towels ready or something. We aren't using umbrellas, so we're becoming out like brown rats. Understood. Take care. Rudolph, Kairi, and Hideyoshi, each leaving their own brave words behind, left the lobby. Prior to the time Rosa and Maria had gone outside, the winds had picked up once again. Crew's group of 3 people jogged through the rose garden without umbrellas, holding their guns in a folded cart. If everything had been still and quiet without the wind and rain, they probably would have kept their ears open and moved with caution. In this rain, even if some suspicious person was hiding nearby, it would be difficult to notice them. Because of that, it made Rudolph's plan to instead dash through the dangerous area. There was a chance their opponent was equipped with a gun. And walking slowly to their guard up would only make them a target. It was probably correct to decide on swift action. The rose garden. Feels like we're just asking to be attacked. Please, nobody come out there. Even as Rudolph and Hideyoshi continued to run, they looked around restlessly, vigilant of their surroundings. Rosa Maria's death had not been caused by a projectile. However, it was easy to suspect that certain had been killed in such a manner. Did they come flying out of the dark? Or will they take careful aims and snipe from the shadows? Either way, they couldn't relax attention for even an instant. But even so, when they reached the overhang in front of the entrance, the mansion escaped the reach of the raindrops. They felt themselves breathing a sigh of relief. No problems for the first part. Not like how it was for Rosa-san. Maybe they can't get their hands on us easily. I'd like to believe that. Yuri, Kairi, lock the door while we keep a lookout. Sure. Bringing up the mansion with prior bodyguards makes you feel just like an executive. And a long body of servants on my car would be perfect. A welcoming party, huh? Careful what you wish for. Stay alert. As we cautiously surveyed their surroundings, Kairi unlocked the front door with her master key that she had been given. It's open. Anyone notice that she barely ever doesn't smile? Most of the time she smiles like she's in at least a bit of control of the situation. And we haven't seen Kairi like with a freak out face or anything. Everyone else has had a panic face, but she's been like slightly perturbed at worst. I don't know if that means anything, but it's interesting to note. Hideyoshi-san. You take the front. I'll keep an eye on the rear. Roger.
Kire-san,
Kire-san, trying to move from my shadow. Alright, let's break in. Rear guard, understood. Covering. Men. You're enjoying the situation a little bit, aren't you? Give it up. That's how men are. But man, there's still that rank stench. There, the mansion goes stagnant with a heavy silence. At worst, it was still thick with the stench from Kinzu's burnt corpse in the boiler room. They were struck with a strong desire to leave the mansion, although they were never planning to stay. No problems in the front. So a short dash to the kitchen. Let's finish this quickly and head home. And Sue can fumigate with that stench. William dashed towards the kitchen. After they disappeared from the entrance hall, the new witch showed herself there. They were lured out just as planned. They got caught right up in my trap. The witch grinned. Thinking about it now, no matter how unbearable their hunger had grown, barely 3 hours passed since Rose and Maria had been attacked and lost their lives. In that case, why did they need to rest to leave the guest house? Should that question be dealt with? The only answer was that they had been caught out by the witch's magic. What reckless people! They will never leave this mansion alive! Close yourself, mansion! The instant she proclaimed that, the mansion was sealed off in a separate world. Unless she were to dispel the barrier, no longer could anyone exit this mansion or enter it. Spectacular. You think that even though barely half a day has passed since you see the endless witch, you can use magic this well? That talent surprises me. It's almost as though you were born a witch. Well, I have been a witch since the time I was born. You thought you had to blink? That's what using magic is like for me. A fearsome person. The witch's face twisted with brutality. She was beside herself with excitement at being able to toy with lives again. Well then. First is Rudolph and Kire, but what way should I kill them? If you would excuse me. But the predecessor have left instruction that you restrain yourself from committing murders of unnecessary cruelty. And there's a program to follow the sacrifices from the fourth twilight onwards. For that, you must borrow the power of the seven sisters of purgatory. Oh, really? Now they mention it, that's right. I'm only allowed to play as I like into the second twilight I just finished. Boring!
boring.
またローザの時みたいに思い切り遊べると思ったのに。
This is when I thought you could play to my heart's content like you did with Rosa.
でもそれは最後の殺し方という意味でしょ?
But that refers to the way they're killed in the end, right?
と申しますと
By which you mean...
私が何度どれ
I
ほど
can
の
just kill
殺
them
し方をしよう
however I
と
want
も
over and over again, revive them,
最後に
and
自
fall
分
to
の
death the last time I
殺し
kill
方
them,
にさえ
right?
ばいいわけでしょ? つまり私がどう遊ぼうと結局は
So, in
問
the
題
end,
な
no
わ
matter how
け
you
じゃな
play,
い
it
の?
isn't a problem.
こんなに面白い力誰がおと
Don't
なし
act
くな
well
んてす
behaved
る
with
も
an
ん
interesting
か
power like this.
Her wild logic was, for an endless witch, an extremely valid argument. The sacrifice of fourth Twilight and onward had been described protocols for the method of killing, referenced by things like gouge to the head. However, that referred to the way they died in the end. In other words, in the process leading after that, she was free to tease and kill them however she wanted. She had just had to keep on reviving them and follow the rules only when she killed them the final time. Even Ronove glimpsed some talent as a witch in her innocent cruelty. He was beginning to notice a naturally brutal side to her. They do say that apprentices are the most brutal witches, and now I see that may be true. Do as you wish, is what I would say. I would insist that it would be wiser to exercise some restraint in this instance. They are holding guns. Weapons with high anti-magic power, such as guns, are the natural enemies of witches and demons. The witch stared blankly at his demon butler, who was unexpectedly afraid of guns.
話が違うわ.
No one told me this.
魔女は弾丸なんか追いかけられてもへっちゃらじゃないのかしら?
Shouldn't a witch be to take a bullet like it's nothing?
No. It would be a fatal wound exactly the same as it would be for a normal human.
その弱点を蹴取らせないために
It would be to prevent that weak point from being noticed. Most witches regularly strengthen their guard with the defense of protecting barriers and furniture.
身辺を固めるのです。
私にその防御結界というのはあるの?
Do I have any of those protective barrier things?
銃弾をも無効にする結界の構築には
Constructing a barrier to make even gun bullets and fight requires much in preparations and rituals.
残念ながら今のベアトリーチェ様にはございません。
I'm ready to say that you currently have none of those, Beatrice-sama.
また銃弾を防げるほどの家具の召喚も現在はその準備がありません。
Furthermore, you're currently ill-prepared to summon furniture strong enough to block up bullets.
これほどの魔力を持つ大魔女になりながら、それでもやはり鉛玉に怯えなければならないのね。
So, even though I've become a great witch with this much magic power, I really ought to be afraid of lead bullets?
不愉快だけど。
Annoying, but I'll just have to accept it.
となれば、家具を呼び出して私の手足とすればいいわけね。
So in that case, should I call some furniture to act as my arms and legs?
はい。
Yes.
危険に身をさらさず家具に全てを任すのもまた
Leaving everything to your servants will not.
たしなみでござい
Exposing
ます。
yourself to danger is also part of a witch's elegant
こ
temperance.
こは家具に任せ
Beatrice-sama, leave this to the furniture and hide in a
安
safe
全な
place.
ところへお隠れを。
かったわ。
Fine.
煉獄の七姉妹
You could, in theory. Have you been furniture shopping lately?
Seven Sisters of
ど
Purgatory.
れでもいいわ。
I don't care who,
適当
any two of
に
you.
二人
Leviathan and Belphegor respond to that call.
嫉妬のレビアタンここに
Leviathan the Envious, right here.
怠惰のベルフェゴー
Belphegor the Slothful, right here.
あんたたちの力を見せてもらうわ。
Show me your power.
強敵ワルド
Your
ルフと
targets are
君へ
Rudolph and Kyrie. Not Hideyoshi, because, you know,
そう
now to show me how cool you can be, furniture.
恐れながら
My apologies.
先代
But
様
we
よ
have
り
received
不
an
要
order
な
from
る
the princess to
残
restrain
酷行
ourselves
為
from
を控えるようご命
unnecessarily
令
cruel
を賜って
actions.
おります。
でも先代様のご命令の範囲内でいたぶることはできると思います。
But I think the predecessor order does give some leeway to tease them.
Like,
それでもよろしいですか
Would that be acceptable?
わかった
Fine,
それで
I'll
妥協
compromise.
するわ。簡単に殺してはダメよ。
You mustn't kill them easily.
徹底的に追い詰めて
Don't really corner them, let them taste the fear of death before killing them.
それでいいのかしらロノウェ
Would that be alright, Ronove?
はい
yes, you seem to remain conscious of the extent.
問題
I do believe there will be no problem.
ならお行きなさい。
Then go!
はいお任せを。
Yes, leave it to us.
相手は銃で武装しています
Your opponents are armed with
あな
guns.
たたちほどのも
For
の
those as skilled as yourselves, starting them should be
も
easy.
しも当たれば致命傷ですよくれぐれも用心
But if you're hit, it will be fatal. Go with an appropriate level of caution.
ご心配なく
Do not worry.
そのような無様はさ
We
らし
won't
ません。
expose such a level of incompetence.
The two sisters in purgatory vanished. After bowing, Ronove also disappeared.
殺し方にまでルールがね。
There's even a rule on how to kill
なん
them.
で私
Why do
の
I have to
先
be
代様に
constrained by
気
my
にしなくてなら
predecessor?
ないの窮屈でつまらない。
It's so rigid and boring.
As Witch looked up at the portrait of the Princess of Beatrice hanging in the hall, she cursed. Three had already arrived at the kitchen and were gathering food supplies. Thinking of the possibility that poison mixed in, they gave up on the luring fruits and vegetables and gathered a whole cardboard box of only the safe canned foods. Very heavy, but piling it onto the cart they would carry well enough. With all that, there would be plenty for 10 people to hold out until tomorrow's breakfast. That would be enough while they wait for the boat. The two men were supposed to be devoted to guard duty, but the weight of the load was tough on Kirei, even with the cart. Hideyoshi, who repressed himself strong, stood to be the cart pusher, and Rudolph and his wife took up the task of guard duty.
これだけあればジョージ
Alas,
たちも
even George and the kids will
満
be
腹や
full.
帰るまでが遠足や行くで
We're not safe until we're home. Let's go! When Hideyoshi vigorously proclaimed their departure, Kirei frowned, looking as though she was gazing in the distance. There's a wall in that direction.
No, if her gaze could go through that, all was beyond it. What is it, Kirei?
チリチリするの。
I sense something.
嫌な予感がす
A
る。
bad feeling about this. Kirei stopped, narrowing her eyes even further.
女の勘か
Woman's intuition. In times like these, Kirei's intuition surpassed reason. Rudolph trusted that intuition.
ええ、
Yes,
多分私たちは
someone's
待ち伏
probably
せされ
waiting to
た。
ambush us.
さっきまではその気配はなか
I
っ
didn't sense them until a short while ago.
た。でもたった今感じたわ。
But just now, I felt it.
たった今私たちは待ち伏せられ。
Just now, someone set up an ambush for us.
なら来た道を戻る義理はねえな
Then there's no reason we never return the way we came.
そこに勝手
There's
口
a
がある
back
じゃね
door
え
over
か
there, right?
そっちから出よう
Let's leave that way. Rudolph made to unlock the back door. When things were carried into the kitchen, they never passed through the part of the mansion that family came and went from. So, outside the back door, there's probably a slope for transporting things. Surely they would be able to leave through there with a cart. What is this?
て
Stuck.
くそどうなってんだ
Damn, what's going on?
開かないの？
Can you open it?
あ
Nope.
あ壊れてんのかな
Broken?
びくともしねえぜ
Isn't giving an inch. Rudolph tried various things using force then coaxing it. The lock was as hard as stone, didn't even budge.
無理せんと玄関から出よ
Don't
う
stress
や
over it. Let's see if through the front entrance.
もたもた時間を潰す
Right
の
now,
が
it'll be even worse if we
今
stand
は
around
惜しい
wasting
で
time. Are you saying this is a trap?
わからない。
I don't know.
用心して。
Be careful. With strained expressions, the three of them returned to the hall again and headed for the entrance.
誰だ
Who's there? Instantly they exited into the hall, Rudolph noticed a suspicious shadow right in front of them and yelled. In that instant, a storm of gold leaves started blowing, and gold butterflies dyed the area golden color. I can't believe it. Only a human predicted our ambush. It isn't my fault. I was hiding my presence.
躊躇しないで。撃って。
Don't hesitate. Fire! The two guns spouted fire. The lead bullet spouted right through the pair's magic fences as easily as though it were white paper. The two who should have been there had disappeared. Suddenly, guns were very frightening objects for them. There were no need to fear as long as they weren't hit. They had at least enough speed to dodge those.
ちょっと
Oh, wait a sec. You won't even let us say our names.
これだから人間
This is why I hate humans. Leveline protested. Pop your head out from behind a pillar in the shadow of the staircase, a full 10 meters from where she had supposedly been.
ベアトリーチェ様のご命令により、貴様
By
らを
order of Beatrice-sama, we shall now slay
時
you.
間をかけ
We
て
order to take some time teasing you.
抵抗
You
は
are free to resist, but know that it is
されど無
useless.
駄と知れ。
That voice came from overhead. Belphegor could be seen on top of the hall chandelier. Everyone looking down upon them, she proclaimed their execution with a cruel smile.
なんなんやこの姉ち
Where the
ゃん
heck
た
are
ち
those
は
girls?
台車は忘れて。
Forget the carts.
相手は二人よ。
We have two opponents.
好きな
If
よ
we split up, they can't chase all of us. All three of them were well acquainted with the inside of the mansion. They already made plans to run off in separate directions in case of crisis, returning the guest house by breaking windows or leaving through a back door. Fighting was forbidden, as long as they could get away. The 36 stratagems, fleeing is the best. They escaped into the depths of the mansion at full tilt. The two furniture calmly watched them go. I'll kill the woman. You take the man. Understood. The two pieces of furniture in the shadow of a pillar and on the chandelier burst apart their human-like forms. And, leaving behind only the sound of hopping beetles colliding with the walls, they pursued their respective targets. Their speed was overwhelming, they easily blocked the other's path of retreat. I'll inspect the scaleless furniture! It'd be nice if they entertained me.
Bevatrice-sama, I might suggest it wise not to show yourself carelessly.
A king doesn't carelessly wander about the center. That's part of a king's, a witch's dignity. In front of Rudolph, who had boldly tried to escape to the second floor, Belphegor was already standing in the way. It's useless to try and resist or escape. You don't need to think about anything. Just close your eyes. I'll bring everything to a gentle finish. You'd make a good wife. Husband would be easy that kind of thing when he comes home tired. To think that you're still relaxed enough to speak such vulgarity at a time like this. Bevatrice-sama, thank you for such good prey. Shine! Rudolph fired first. But even before the bullet could hit her, Belphegor had already moved behind Rudolph's back. There she stood, her arm raised above her, a purple trail extending from it. However, even before that arm could decapitate Rudolph unbelievably, Rudolph had swung his gun behind him. The barrel pointed behind his back from the same motion with which he had reloaded the sawed-off gun one-handedly. It was pointing right at Belphegor's chest. Tack! Clunkery! Was the sound of the ejected empty cartridge finally hitting the wall after the reload. In other words, it meant the next shot was already fully loaded. Without turning around, his gun pointing right at Belphegor's chest, Rudolph grinned. Not bad for a middle-aged man. Going down the generation that loves westerns, got it. Rezo Jack's have the refinement of a lever action. Just like Rudolph, Kirei was also confronting a demon snake in the first floor corridor. What an idiot you are. You should have just escaped with your husband. You do know that was your final farewell just now, right? Don't worry. This kind of thing is my husband's specialty. I'm sure he'll come for me on a white horse soon. But he's never failed to come and save me when I'm in trouble. Not even Asumu-san was... What a happy couple. I envy you. I am the fireman, the envious. Envy is itself my power. My anger, my origin. I agree. Envy is the source of a woman's power. If you call something like that power, I won't lose to a girl like you. Imagine saying that to the one who governs envy. You actually think I'd let you two be reunited? I'll give you a tragic farewell. The arm Leviathan swung showed purple. It was a magic blade that cut by the power of malice. Even though the magic blade should have been able to cut through metal like butter, the gun, with an extremely high magic resistance, blades have blocked the blade as easily as if it were rolled up newspaper. Rapidly, 2 times, 3 times. It blocked. While missing opening create when that purple trail took a long swing upward, Kirei kicked Leviathan in the stomach with her heel. Almost like she was a lightly dancing feather, Leviathan was knocked away before the demon snake's feet touched the ground again. Kirei had already perfectly captured Leviathan, who was in midair down the barrel of her gun. From the mid-air, the two women had spoken to each other of envious power and met each other's gaze. Can you pull it? That trigger! You know, I can be pretty brutal when my husband isn't around. Whoa! Rudolph tumbled down the staircase. He had gradually chased down Belphegor and had been pushed back into the original hall. The princess's furniture is pretty good. She's lacking flair, though. Beatrice-sama, it isn't over yet. It's dangerous to show yourself. Can you possibly be Anaki? That used to be my name. What? Not now, Rudolph. You don't have to tell me. You're gonna say you're the golden witch, Beatrice, right? How did you know? The time Rosa was killed, I had a general idea. Rosa, forgive me. Forgive me for sending the sister here down to your hell. Beatrice-sama, look out! Rudolph pointed the unforgiving barrel with his gun at the witch who claimed to have once been his sister. The Belphegor could not permit that and savagely attacked. She sprung at him, vanished, and got behind him. If he dodged that attack, she got behind him again. She vanished over and over, each time teleporting Rudolph's blind spot. How predictable. It was almost like she was a fairy. As he blinked in and out of vision, Belphegor incessantly drove towards Rudolph. This might be kind of fun in its own way. Rudolph, I mean, leisurely watch and see how long your brave efforts last you. Then, a dull, tearing sound and Rudolph's cry of anguish intermingled. Rudolph finally reacted slowly in his dance to the purple trail which pressed upon him. And he had let it lightly cut him on his side. A single wound delayed a single one of his actions. That caused a new wound, which delayed him again from acting. Belphegor's dance began to swallow Rudolph whole. Watching Rudolph's body gradually get carved up, his former sister let out a shrill laugh. Leviathan could no longer hide her irritation that Kiri was absolutely refusing to allow her to deliver a fatal blow. I really am dense. Among 7 sisters, I was always the slowest to grow. I was always slow, always weak, always stupid. That inferiority complex became envy. And when I converted that into power, I gained a strength greater than any of the other sisters. It's important to have a moderate inferiority complex when you're a girl. It teaches women about cosmetics and hard work. I don't like using them against my power against mere humans. But I will turn my envy of your ability to completely trust your husband into power. I don't like it. Why are you so relaxed when you're fighting for your life? I wonder. I get it. You finally believe that your husband would have come to rescue you and save you. Isn't it incredible, that trust of yours? It's worthy of my envy. What kind of trust do we sisters have in each other? We sisters are always looking down on each other, trying to thoroughly lambast each other and turn things from bad to worse. I've always been bullied by my sisters. I've always wanted just one of them to become my ally. So, since you have that single ally, you can place trust in. I feel the strongest envy towards you. That composed expression of total belief in your husband. You think Leviathan regularly trauma dumps on people she's about to kill? Oh, of course she does. This is how she fucking goes through her therapy sessions. You know, this is her therapy. I can feel my envy giving me power. I might even exceed it. The speed of sound. Leviathan turned herself to a stake, and the speed of her flight as she attacked was proportional to the strength of her envy. On that day when the sisters looked down on me, I was chosen upon my heart of the other 6, who had grown quickly. I was chosen for 7 days and 7 nights. Beyond the power and speed I ultimately gained. Ushiro Miya Kie! The demon Sega composed her true form, leading out at a terrible speed. The noise from her colliding with and bounding off the walls sounded like a machine gun. By now, Kire probably couldn't tell whether it was a single stake or a swarm of beetles flying and bouncing around. Leviathan was certain of a greater than 100% chance of victory from the bottom of her own heart. Then, Kire spoke with an unbelievably calm voice. Asumu-san shamelessly cut in between us and calculatingly got herself pregnant. I don't blame Rudolph-san. I want to let him using her body as a weapon. And cornered her into a situation where he was forced to become engaged to her. Asumu-san was carrying Badler-kun. At the same time, was also carrying a boy.
私もまた男の子を身ごもってた。運命的なことに、私たちの出産日は共に同じ日だったわ。そしてアスムさんはバトラ君を出産した。だけれど、私はダメだった。思ったことがあるわ。
There's something I've thought about.
もしダメだったら、Bevatrice
had been the unlucky one, and I'd been the one to give birth.
ルドルフさんは婚約を
Would
解
Rolf
消
had broken off his
して
engagement and married me?
私と結婚してくれたかしら。でも私は子供
But
を
I
産
couldn't
め
birth
な
a child.
だからアス
So
ムさん
until
が死ぬまで、
Asunu-san died,
そしてエンジェを介
until I
入
got
する
pregnant
ま
with
で、
Angie, I killed
私は
Asunu-san and I was
アスム
jealous
さん
of
を呪
her.
ったわ。嫉妬したわ。アスムさんなんか死んでしまえ。
Asunu-san should just die.
そして私と
They
再
went to
婚してほしい
remarry
って。
with me, and my envy kept cursing her like that over and over until
そしてやっと
Asunu-san
アスムさん
finally
が
died.
死んだ。私は確信し
I
た。
became certain.
私には魔
I
法
became
の
certain
力
I
が
possessed the power of
あって
magic, and that had become a curse which I'd
それ
kill
が呪いとなっ
Asunu-san.
てアスムさんを殺したんだって確信したわ。でも私
But
の
that
嫉
not
妬
quell
の
the
炎
flames of my
は収まらな
envy.
い。内緒よ。
Don't tell anyone, alright?
バトラ君を見る
Every time I look at Balor, I remember that
あ
woman.
のそしてバトラ君を見るたび
Every time I look at Balor-kun,
にもし私
I think
の
that if
子
only
が
my
生
child
まれ
had
て
been
い
born,
た
he
ら
would be the same age.
同じ年だっただろうな。私は今でも彼女を嫉妬し
I'm still jealous of
苛
her,
まれ
tormented by her,
今もこれからも
now and forever,
未来永劫にね。
for all of eternity.
7日7番
You say that you were jealous of your sister for 7 days and 7 nights.
そうよ。
That's right.
笑わすめが
Don't make me laugh, you little brat.
てめえに
How
男
can you
を
understand
取
the
られ
madness of a woman
18
whose
年
man
間
was stolen from her and who had burned with envy for 18 years? If Leviathan's power had 24 hours times 7 days or 160 hours worth of speed, then power that Kirei had accumulated was 24 hours in 1 day, 365 days in 1 year, and for 18 whole years. Without counting leap years, it was 157,680 hours. Your Leviathan's power speed is more than 900 times greater. So even if Leviathan was soaring the speed of sound, 1,225 kilometers per hour. Kiri's eyes, it only looked like 1/900th of that. So then, 1,225 divided 938 is a speed of 1.3 kilometers per hour. They say that humans' walking speed is 4 kilometers per hour, so it was even less than half of that. Almost the same speed as a baby crawling on the floor. So then. In unit time, slowed so much you could count all the bits of dust floating through the air. Kirei, look at the demon say with pity. He pitied the slowness at which it came towards her. And she lazily raised the barrel of her gun, almost as though she was trying to swallow the demon snake up with the gun barrel.
恋も嫉妬もあなた全然足りないわ
You're completely lacking in both love and envy.
出直してらっしゃいお嬢ちゃ
Come
ん
back when you're older, darling. You'd off what happened to that thing from a couple seconds ago.
池作りは魚が跳ねてるうちがいいわ。
Ikizukuri is best served while it's still twitching.
死んだら面白みもない
After
わ
eyes, it isn't interesting in the slightest.
もう十分よ。
That's enough! Why not kill him now and forever? Damn it. I'm surprised you managed to endure this long after being carved up. That's enough. You don't need to think about anything anymore. I'll seal your life away painlessly. Wait. Do me a favor. On the other hand, I want to do one of those. What do you mean, one of those? Those things that Westerns made famous. Thing where we put our backs together, walk through steps, and then bang. Ah, a duel. Very well. If it will satisfy your regret of this world, I'll accept. Geralt raised his wound-covered body and turned his back to her. Belphegor responded and faced her back to his. Belphegor had a sense of integrity that was uncommon on witch's furniture. Let me warn you. Even if you press the barrier gun between my eyebrows, I can tell even faster than you can pull the trigger and have the bullet reach my skull. Yeah, I'm already feeling that throughout my body. You're faster than a bullet. I agreed to this out of respect for your courage and challenged me to duel despite that knowledge. Thank me. You are a person of integrity. And a good woman. Might just steal my heart away. Let's get this started. 3 steps is fine. First, 1 step. 2 steps. 3 steps. Is that alright? Yep. And now notice after walking 3 whole steps. Looks like I win, girl. What? I've turned and fired off a bullet. Of course, Belphegor could easily see through the speed and trajectory of a bullet like that. There should be no problem at all to dodge it. A spray of fresh blood flew about. Belphegor had set up an adequate magical defense barrier. But before an incantation of anti-magic power such as a bullet, it was completely meaningless. What are you doing? Why did you get hit? Boda hit Belphegor right in the chest. Pain from the lead caused her to grimace, as did the pain from the denial of her magic. Forgive me, the coward of a man. What a mood killer. I think that someone who's furniture to a witch can be defeated by a human. Know your shame. Worthless, pathetic. Why don't you just stay sprawled there and die forever? Quit it, Aniki. Girl could have dodged it. But she didn't. She realized that you were in the line of fire. This girl of integrity took it without dodging and guarded you. There in, she knows that I was working the rook and the king. Spectacular. Don't think badly of me. Excellent, accept my feet for realize that while you're taking those 3 steps. Those 3 steps were out of consideration for me then. I didn't even try to think about it. I was lazy. You're a good woman. Have him before me and do your makeup. I'll only come and talk you up. As Belvoir slowly fell over, she lost even the power that kept her in her human form, and she turned as fine as gold dust and melted into thin air. At that point, Kirei dashed in. It seemed that she defeated her pursuer with her own hands. Are you alright? Were you talking someone up just now? Yep, I'm a fine woman. I'm after you, of course. Sorry, Aniki. It's checkmate. The 2 of them pinned the witch down the barrels of their guns. Worthless furniture. I can't believe we're beat by human opponents. Worthless. Stupid. Boring.
Beatrice-sama,
we should retreat from this place. There's no furniture or barrier to guard against bullets here.
The witch began to let out a muffled laugh. It strikes not only Rudolph and Kirei, but Ronove as well. Because it was like this with 2 guns pointed at her. There's not a person could laugh off even easily, even by a witch. The witch laughed with pleasure. Well, it's only natural to be boss with the princess's worn out furniture. I have to have new furniture suited for me. I use them out of obligation. But I've always hated hand-me-downs. As she said that, she looked down at Belvoir's remains, which had turned completely into a pile of gold dust with disgust. I don't know what you're talking about. Now put your damn hands up. Then, the witch obediently raised her hands. Instead of raising her hand because a gun was being pointed at her. It looked more like she was a conductor facing an orchestra, waving her conductor's baton. Come! Alright, furniture suitable for me! Not the cheap furniture, much stronger ones! Cruel ones! No funny stuff. I'll pull the trigger. In response to the witch's call, the hall was once again buried in the color of gold. It was a wild dance of brilliantly radiant gold butterflies. It felt as though they had been swallowed up by an ocean of gold leaf. Ronove was left shocked at the upsurge of magic power. That was because it far surpassed even that of his former master. As their eyes were dazzled amidst the gold brilliance, a gunshot could be heard. Either Rudolph or Kirei had fired a round. And after the golden glow had subsided, there was the witch, looking at least cool and composed. The bullet? Kirei had definitely fired it into her. It was not embedded anywhere in the witch's body. There it was. The bow was fastened in midair right in front of the witch's chest. A bulletproof barrier. which took even her predecessor the same amount of preparation, in an instant. Underlay's face was now twisted in shock. And the surprise did not stop there. The group of gold butterflies created two humanoid forms. There's a furniture summoning. The guys peeled off and flew away. Beneath them, furniture in the shape of bunnies fucking appeared. The sister troops, even the predecessor, was able to summon the Pendragon's memorial troops on a moment's notice, and so easily.
Siesta 410, ここに。
Chester 45, right here.
Siesta 45, ここに。
Chester 45, right here.
私にふさわしい家具なんでしょうね。
You
あん
two
た
are
たち
suitable furniture for me, right?
絵本の朗読から同伴デートに隕石撃墜まで
Reading a picture book to going on a friendship date to shooting down meteorites.
幅広くお答えしますよ。お答えしないと竜王様に怒られ
If I don't take care of it, the dragon team will get mad at us.
何卒ご命
Please,
令
the
を
orders great Lady Beatrice.
ルドルフさん、
Rudolph-san,
逃げましょう。
let's run.
こいつらはダメだわ。
These guys are no good. Sure. Thanks to the same feeling that alerted him to ambush by the Seven Sisters of Purgatory, Kyore had clearly heard warning sirens go over her head, almost resembling sirens. Without hesitation, they ran. As Witch elegantly watched them leave, she ordered her new furniture.
命令よ
This is an
逃
order.
げた二人を
Kill
殺
the
し
two
て
who ran away.
そして死体をここへ持ち帰りなさい
Then bring the corpses back here.
そしたら生き返らせて
Then I'll bring them back to life and play with them over and over. The witch's expression twisted with an evil smile. Even though she feared that expression, Lucifer appeared and spoke. My apologies.
先代様
The
より
predecessor said to avoid
その
brutal
ような
actions
残
of
酷行為は
that.
慎むようにと
When the witch stared at her with those terrifying eyes, Lucifer was struck dumb. She was unsatisfied. She was bored of not being able to let her own power and own cruelty run wild. Irritated by her sister's furniture, telling her to act with restraint, her discontent was at its peak.
傲慢のルシファーちゃんじゃない
Oh, it's Lucifer-chan the Proud.
お久しぶりね
Long time no see, eh? How you doing?
また今度一緒に遊びま
Let's
しょ
play
う
together
ね
sometime.
410死後はダメです怒られます
F410, he wasn't shut. You'll get in trouble.
大ベアトリー
Let's get out of the Great Ages order
小
at
さに
once.
遂行をにひ
Nah,
お仕事の時
looks like
間
we're on the
だ
job right now, nah?
410了解追撃狙撃戦準備
410 understood. Preparing for cyber pursuit combat.
地形データ収集射撃用データ収集
Collecting terrain data. Collecting firing data.
410へデータリ
Relaying
ン
to 410.
ク410データ受領
410, data received.
標的を捕
Target
捉
acquired.
地形誤差修
Relaying
正
to terrain.
制御点補
Only
正
following
完
curve.
了
Control points adjusted.
.45 へデータリンク
Data link to 45.
45危険区域確認
45, data received.
そ
Checking
こ
danger
はダメ
zone.
です
Ah, not there.
後ろ邪魔だよルシファーちゃん
You're in the way behind us, Lucifer-chan.
バックファイアでや
I
って
got
るよ
roast in the backfire. You know, nee. The Chester sisters Through their mutual measurements, we're able to instantly calculate the range of the mansion and the coordinates of their targets, as well as firing curve to reach them. Yes, the shots we guided draw a curved line. No one will be able to escape it. The original homing ability of the 7 Sisters burglary is nothing more than a cheap version of the ability these two held.
45射撃準備完了
45. Firing preparations complete.
男子選定
Ammo select. Now loading. The two of them faced each other. And, as though they were both pulling back a bowstring together, their dazzling golden arrow is ready.
410
Button.
射撃
Firing. After they claimed that they were firing together, they released a single arrow. As a curve taken by the gold-sparkling snake of light drew a trail, and in the direction Rudolph and Kirei had run in rapid pursuit. It turned through the corridors, crawled over the floor, chased them as it drew a beautiful curve. No one could block the Chester sisters' homing projectiles. No one could escape them, and their strength could pierce all physical and magical defenses. It was all too merciless guided weapon to certain death. However, among mystical class soldiers, it was a weapon used by pretty much everyone. Very commonplace for them, and very extraordinary for those of the everyday world. What the? They noticed something rapidly chasing them and turned around. Rudolph was shot straight through the location of his heart by the gold snake. It all happened in an instant. Rudolph-san. After the gold snake ran through Rudolph's, though, it swooped down to the floor, drawing a beautiful spiral, coiled itself around Kirei's leg, and crawled up to her chest. Just like Rudolph, it shot straight through the location of her heart. And all that, too, happened in an instant. It impaled Rudolph and impaled Kirei. They died at almost the same time, dropped to their knees at the same time, and fell over at the same time. What is this? So overwhelming! That was ridiculously easy, wasn't it? This is the kind of furniture I need. I never my princess is second-hand furniture. Come, bring the corpses here. I'll keep relying until I'm bored and try killing them those sort of ways I can think of. That thing in life could be so much fun. The most shunned action to take for someone born a human is the murder of another human. It's only natural for a human not to understand how pleasurable it is to break this taboo. She was no longer human. She was a witch. There were some pleasures that only witches could understand. But now she had tasted those pleasures and was totally immense to them. After learning that the contents of her pot were honey, she could no longer live without it. No, maybe the contents were honey because they were forbidden. And in case they have killing humans gruesomely. Doing it over and over was now giving her a drug-like pleasure. As the witch rode over laughed, the gold snake, which had just been fired, returned as though being hauled back in. The two were stitched at the tip and being dragged along. The witch's order had been carried out. Kirei had been killed instantly, and the berries have been carried back.
Siesta 45 410命令遂行を完了しました
Siesta 45 410 execution order is completed. We wait your next order, Great Lady Beatrice.
どうかご命令を
Please, your order.
赤ん坊のおもりからネトゲのお相手
We're babysitting, we're playing you an online multiplayer. Being down the space shuttle, we'll take care of everything. These two apparently sacrificed the fourth and fifth twilight.
だから最後には役立たずの7姉妹 もう5姉妹か。
Oh, I guess they're the five sisters now.
こいつらを額と胸に刺してえぐらなくちゃならない。
I need those girls piercing out the forehead and the chest.
でも、それを最後にすればいいんだ。それまでを私がどう
But I can do that at the very end, and I'm free to play in any way until then, right? Yeah, it really isn't subtle. Yeah, I don't know what Lucifer and the Seven States are supposed to be. They might be people, they might be representative people, they might be representative of the literal stakes, they might be more. I don't know for certain for them, but...
待て待て待て待て
Wait.
そなたは
I don't forgot what I told you.
もう忘れたのか。
おや、これは先代さん。
Oh, it's you, predecessor Sama.
何か文句でも終わりですか？
You have any complaints?
あるに決まっておろうが。
Of course I do.
そなたは
Go do as you please, are you not?
なぜにわらわ
Why
の
can't
言
you
いつけ
follow
が
my
聞けぬのか。
directions? What's wrong with doing as I please, predecessor Sama?
それに私は儀式のルールを逸脱しようなんて気持ちはこれっぽっちもありません。
And I haven't gotten to slice aside to deviate from the rules of the ritual.
ちゃんとこの二人の死体を後できれいにして額と胸に杭を
I'll make you clean these two corpses up later and drive stakes into the forehead and chest.
そういう問
I'm
題では
telling
な
you,
いというに。
this is not the problem.
あまりに
If you act so undignified and cruel,
するとだな。
The,
その
some people might take it badly.
先代様がどこかで戦っているとかいう
You mean your opponent in that game who I heard you were fighting with somewhere?
どの目に聞きました？
None of they told me.
あのおしゃべりめ。
To curse that blabbermouth.
まあ正直に言うとそ
Well,
ういう。
to be perfectly honest, that's how it is.
ちょっと目に余
I
る
had a complaint that,
講義を。
it is a little too much, you see.
先代様にわざわざ
It's not like there's any need for them to tell you to pass it on instead of objecting directly to me.
臆病な方です。
That person is a coward.
こことはその。異なる
Well,
世界
that
の住
person
人
is a
だ
resident of a different world from this one, you see. He's dead. Oh! So, fight. Oh, you're dead too? Well, I mean, you're technically dead, so, I suppose? There's no choice but to use me as an intermediary.
まあとにかくだ
Well,
な。
anyway, the point is...
ということは、その方は
Which
私に
means that
何
this
か
person
干
can
渉
interact
し
with
な
me
くて
even
も
if
で
they
き
wanted
ない。
to.
そして私も
I
干渉
can't
し
do with
たっ
them
ても
even
で
if
き
I
ない
want to either.
それくらいに遠い世
Am
界
I
の
correct in saying this is I'm really a person from where that far away?
うん。
Mm-hmm.
例えるなら、とても近い2本の平行線の世界とでも。
By analogy, perhaps you could say these words are like two very close parallel lines.
とても身近な世
The
界
words are very nearby, but since they are
平
parallel
行線ゆえ
lines, they
に
will
2本の
never
線が交わる
cross.
ことは決してない。そんな世界と、とり
For
あ
the
えず
time being, you may
認識
view
してくれ
that
れば
world in such a manner.
交わらない。
They never cross.
ということは、
Which means
私とは関係ない
that would
世
have
界
something
の
to do
こ
with me.
とということです。もしその方の代弁で私
If
に
you're
自
telling
重
me
しろと
on
おっしゃ
behalf
ら
of
れ
that
てる
person
ん
shows
です
restraint,
から、
please
そ
toss
の
this
方
question
に
on to
交
them.
互伝言をお願いします。
あやつにか
Message?
なんと伝える
Oh, what should I say?
余計なお世話だよ。
It's none of your business, so screw off, you old hag!
へそでもか
Why don't you just give up and die forever? What?
失礼しました。
Oh, I'm sorry.
先代のお友達でしょうから、多分
She
女
was
性
a
だ
friend
ろ
of
うと
yours,
想
so
像した
doesn't
だけです。
she'd be a woman?
ババアと言っても、
My old
決
hag,
して
I'm
先代
definitely
様の
not
こと
talking
では
about
あり
you,
ませんから。
Predator
どうかご容
Sama.
赦ください。
So please forgive me. When she spoke, the witch was looking straight in Bito's eyes. Anyone in that place would be able to figure it out just by looking. Predecessor-sama, here's something I find very strange. Why do you have to play a game with that person from another world? And accept that you are a witch. Well, about that. As because making all humans accept the existence of witches are related to perfect control. There was a single holdout, you see, and he just won't accept me as a witch. Why is that you need that human's approval? Witches are witches, and they use magic. Why do you not use acknowledgement for this? Well, like I said earlier, that which is called magic is... I am a witch. I use magic without anyone's approval in particular, so what's your point? In this world, right? However, since you will not accept it, how should I explain it? I don't need an explanation. After all, isn't this all about a different world that never crosses this one? In other words, it's just as though that world doesn't exist. Whether you're fighting in a game in another world or talking about your delusions, that doesn't change anything. I'll say it again. That has nothing to do with me. I am Mario Witch. Professor-sama, somehow or another, it seems that you can't become a witch as long as this person doesn't accept you. But I'm different. Even though no one has accepted me, I'm already an excellent witch. Since you are my predecessor, I will formally pay you my respect. But that is out of goodwill, not out of duty. I do not seek your advice anymore. Understand clearly what I should do now and how I should play from now on. So carry out the ceremony murder of the 30 people is a final respect for you. However, after the methods I use, and what I do after that, there's absolutely no reason I should be lectured by you on those. Therefore, I'll be counting on you in that regard. At a glance, those words seemed obedient, but they contained within them a clear parting of ways. They were saying as clear as it could, I have no more reason to rely on you, so don't get in the way of my fun. I see. Then it is no longer my problem. Go and learn firsthand how magic ceases to exist when you lose your feelings of respect for it. That carefree rampage of yours up until now. How would you like to hear how it can be called respect? After hearing that, Beto could not respond, because she remembered hearing exactly the same thing from her master. So, Chester sisters? My pressure's just leaving. Please see her off. Predecessor-sama, let's retire from this place. If you don't, we'll be scolded. Throughout her body, Beto felt something visible in the Chester sisters' eyes, which could only be described as an oppressive feeling. It was like they were initiating firing calculations. It was actually much like taking out a gun and cocking it. Umineko could not escape from the Chest Sisters' attacks without any preparation. In the past, she had placed her greatest trust in them. She knew down to her very soul. Oh, terrifying?
Sendai-sama, if you were to retire, I would not recommend damaging Beatrice-sama's mood any further.
Sendai-sama.
Your predecessor, Sama. All right. I shall now take my leave. I shall take my time appreciating the circumstances you put yourself in. That was as close as you could get to a loser's last retort. After Vita hit herself, the witch and her furniture fell over laughing. Well, I understand. Endless power is fun. Enjoy freely toying with a life, yet epitome of finite things can't be explained by those who have not tasted it. Can you understand the feeling being possessed with that same pleasure? It must have been quite fun. Judging from your antics in the past. Are you saying it is not like how you used to admonish me in the past, Master, and I did not listen? Why is it that you have started trying to scold that child for her actions? Well, there is a single large difference between you and that child. That child may already be a witch. Of course, you are also a witch. In the world on top of the board game. However, to be accepted as a witch outside the game board, you need to have your opponent in this game, Battler-kun, accept you. You must have understood that when you started the game. I thought that if I could show off a whirlwind of proof that I am a witch, always feelings that made him deny me and break him completely, he would accept me as a witch. It all went my way last time, so I thought it was just a breath away. It's actually the opposite. Battler-kun was shocked by your brutality. And the reason he stepped up as your opponent was not because he accepted you as equal opponent. It was based on a strong animosity, as tried to completely deny the existence of a brutal wish. In your foolishness, you probably thought that Battler-kun, considering himself as your opponent, was the first step towards making you accept that you are a witch. However, it was actually the exact opposite. Battler-kun challenged you in this game because he definitely would not accept you as a witch. Yeah, Battler was the only one willing to challenge her at all. Everyone else also started to fucking melt, so probably not having a great time. No matter how much the thoughtless north wind blew, the traveler only wore his cloak even tighter. You were committing a huge error from the very beginning. This game is not torture to break Battler-kun. It is a test in which you must work hard to make Battler-kun accept you. I think you realize that. Last time, it was a tough game for Battler-kun. But it seems you're already noticed. This time, the game is tough for you. What? What should I do from now on?
あなたが自分で考えるのです。
Think about it yourself.
幸いにも、
Fortunately, I already abandoned being a piece on the game board and relegated things to the new witch. You should have time to thoroughly ponder upon yourself. But Balor's already a big ball of hostility. He won't accept witches and he won't accept me. In that case, how do I make Balor accept me then? By saying that if the North Wing doesn't work, I should shine on him as the sun from now on. I should? After all this time. It is October now, the Halloween season. It is the month of rebirth, when the sun dies and is revived again. When the sun is weak right after reviving, it's very pale in comparison to the cold winter winds. However, it slowly grows and is eventually able to hail the coming spring. At that time, the traveler may even fold up his cloak. So, you say that I am mistaken? The real hall of the Ushiro-miya mansion was covered in a glow golden-like gold leaf, and stained deep red with thick spurts of blood. The number of deaths given to Rudolph and Kire had long surpassed anything you counted, both your fingers and your toes. The witch was breathing so hard, her shoulders shook, but it wasn't because she was tired. She couldn't hide the ragged breathing caused by her still uncontainable excitement. How fun it is to do as I will with the life and death of people! You are the power of the endless witch. Every one of infinite I paint with my mind becomes reality. No matter how sloppily I mash them, I can revive them and return them to normal with just a snap of my fingers. Because in the end, I just have to return the code to normal and make a token show following the epitaph. Hey, you guys! Have you ever sliced a stuffed animal's stomach open? Never? Hey. What about you, 45? No! My apologies! Of course not. How many you wouldn't? She's not even with stuffed animal you liked. But I've always thought about it. And when I was pregnant, I this fluffy stuffed animal they love so much. I always thought I'd like to peek inside one day. If you cut it and looked inside, your curiosity might be quelled, but the stuffed animal would be broken. So even though you want to see, you can't. You understand that feeling, right? The power of the endless witch can grant exactly that witch. As I am now, I can slice the stuffed animal all I want. And yet, with a bit of magic, I can revive it back to normal. In other words, that means I've broken all limitations in this world. As I am now, I don't have to hesitate, refrain, or anything of the sort. That joy! Oh! There's probably no one who can understand it. No one other than me, the endless witch! As Witch let out a euphoric cry, she revived Rudolph and Kirei again. And faster than they could realize it, she killed them right away. She made it known that something older than cotton was stuffed inside those two. Give it a rest, Eva. Huh? New. You're here. In that hall of tragedy, Hideyoshi showed himself, his gun readied. Which had sealed the main chain with the barriers, so Hideyoshi had nowhere to run. He probably picked up Rudolph or Kirei's gun and come back. It seemed that gun, which should have been something to be feared, was no longer an object of seriously now that she was overflowing with magic power. Her bold expression didn't flinch in the slightest. Why you have to kill Rosa and Sana Maria-chan? We're going to Kiria-san.
Huh?
Huh? I'm the head of the Ushiromiya family and the Witch of Rokujima. I'm free to start whatever I like on this island. Just I seen this one instant asking how their life and death within is meaningless to me. Hideyoshi was struck speechless by that odd too callous response from his wife. Did someone's personality change so much just by finding Kinzo's gold? Just how high was that gold piled? I can't even imagine it. Must have been enough to make you lose your sanity. So, if there was that much gold, why didn't you think of graciously splitting it up? You misunderstand. All that belongs to the Golden Witch. No one is qualified to touch it except for me. What are you? Trying to say that you're that thing you ever told me about so long ago? A witch ever from when she was young? That's right. I am in my youth who was always living in the heart of your wife, Ushiromiya Eva. And I'm a witch. Eva became an adult by forgetting me. So she can't use magic. Everyone fears their head sometimes with the unseen cruel fancies as kids. And me when I was young, I had something going around, some ants and pulling the wings off dragonflies. They learn the importance of life and grow out of that cruel childhood age. Right now, you're a child, you know? But now, neither ever should have outgrown. That's not Eva. The different human. That's right. I'm not Ushiromiya Eva. I'm the Golden Witch Bevatrice. It's not fun. Not being bound by... It's so fun. Not being bound by any limitations. And the pleasure of being able to do as I will with life and death is truly wonderful. I don't apologize for bringing the goldfish bow. I can tear the stuffed animals as much as I want. A dry sound. The sound Hideyoshi slapping his wife's face. Along the hall, stained deep red with fresh blood, he should have been able to imagine how terrible the witch was. Without fear, without even hesitating, Hideyoshi had walked determinedly up to her and hit her on the cheek. You don't! Don't act like you're cruel when you're really a coward and a weakling! I'll keep you on the street now, you wicked woman! You Dumbo! Nitwit! Ouch! Ouch! Hey! You used to be a woman who understood how important, how fragile life is! I'll knock some sense back into you! What's all this about witches? What a load of crap! My wife, Ushiromiya Eva! I went to the kitchen, thoughtfully whipping up stacked leftovers and fridge so that only what you are. Open your eyes, you blundering dope! Did I just say that I'm not Ushiromiya Eva? That's horse crap! You! As tears dripped down his face, Hideyoshi kept hitting the witch's head. Wasn't even pointing the gun at her anymore. So, the sound of gunfire couldn't have come from the gun Hideyoshi was holding. Gun, which had fallen in the corner near Rudolph's body, was floating in the air, and smoke lingered near the barrel. And the bullet? Red stain was slowly spreading across the chest of Hideyoshi's vest. Even though his back was facing the barrel of the gun, the bullet was embedded in Hideyoshi's chest. I told you, I'm not Eva! What a stupid, annoying man! You're paying so swift sideways for the sixth twilight, do you? If you just stay hidden under bed, quivering or something, I'd plan to let me go. You deliberately came back. You really are a stupid man. Thunk. There was a dull sound as Hideyoshi fell to the floor. Even though he would be able to escape his pain by dying, he resisted that until the last second. And staring straight into the witch's eyes, he passed away. As he had died without closing his eyes for a short while, the witch didn't realize he was dead. He remained pinned down by that gaze. I want to make this one a new toy and play. Now those words, the witch finally realized that Hideyoshi was dead. Right. What will do? The Chester sisters wait for instructions. On the inside, they imagine order even more brutal than before from their master. The question that rose to the witch's face looked as though she had gotten over her excitement. Like Hideyoshi, whose face still had tears dripping down it. This guy's totally ruined my mood. Yeah, I'm done. Ronove, you there?
Yes, right here.
Clean up, please. My predecessor will be annoying. Please make it clean up so the old hag will accept it. I guess her father rules are with the ritual had responsibility to my predecessor. Please make these 3 corpses the 4th twilight to the 6th twilight. Lucifer, you're up. Lucifer the Proud, right here. Dig into these 3 corpses and gouge them. Into the corpses. That's right. You have a problem with that? No. 7 Scissor Burglaries had a modest sense of pride. It was the pride of a hunter, the pride of gouging the prey they had brought down themselves. Having tried to gouge a corpse that someone else had brought down ran contrary to that feeling. Of course, that was not the witch's intention, but for the 7 sisters, it was horribly humiliating. However, they already messed up, with 2 of the sisters defeated, so they had no right to question her. Only Ronove appreciated that, and he rested his hand on her shoulder in understanding.
It
is Beatrice-sama's order. Lucifer, carry the 3 and deal with them according to the protocol of the ritual.
できましたら私のお片付けにも。
Then when you are done, lend me a hand with the cleanup.
かしこまりました。
Certainly. The witch looked down upon Hideyoshi's corpse as though implying that this weird atmosphere is all Hideyoshi's fault.
バカな男ね。
Stupid man.
死なずに済んだ。
You didn't even have to die.
あなた。
Honey! Honey, where are you?
いるわよね。
You're there, right?
返事をして。
Answer me! Sound of a loud thunderbolt woke Eva from her nightmare. If Hideyoshi had been gripping her hand at that time, her fearful heart would probably have been instantly healed. However, Hideyoshi, who had sworn that he wouldn't leave even for a moment, was nowhere to be seen in the room.
あなた。返事をして。
Honey, answer me! Honey! Three minutes had already passed since Rudolph's group had left the guest house. I imagine the return was too late.
And Carlos and Natsui were waiting at the entrance now, as rest as they could be.
The chain was set on the door. That was a precaution in the event that Rudolph's group was attacked. The master key was stolen from them. For that reason, they need to wait by the entrance like this for the others to return.
さすがに遅すぎます。
They really are taking too long.
彼らの身に
You don't think something happened to them? Kraus glanced between the clock and the door, struggling to feign composure.
もし彼らが戻らな
By
い
some chance they were not to return.
辛い想像だが、その覚悟を始めた方が良さそうだ。
A terrible thought. It looks as though we should ready ourselves for that possibility.
やはり不用心だったんだ。
It really was reckless after all.
私はそうだと申し上げました。
That is what I said.
なぜ彼らは
Why
こ
did
れ
they
ほ
go
どの
outside
危
when
険
they
を
knew
承
it
知
was
で
this
外に
dangerous?
愚かなことです。
How foolish.
ローザさんが襲われたばか
Why
り
go
だとい
outside
う
even
の
though
に
Roses had just been
なぜ
attacked?
外へ。
それを言っても始まらん。
Nothing will come from saying that now.
とにかくこれで
In
ゲ
the
スト
event,
ハ
there
ウス
are
に
three
大人は
adults in the guest
3
house.
人。私と夏
Me,
そ
you,
して高熱で寝
Eva,
込んで
who's
い
asleep
る
with a high
エヴァ
fever.
At the time, there was a hoarse sound in the hallway of a door being opened and Eva's shrieking voice. That voice kept calling Hideyoshi's name. Even though the high fever had given her a bad dream or something, and now she was calling her husband's name.
エヴァさん、どうしましたか？大丈夫
Eva
ですか？
son, what is it? Are you alright?
うちの人はどこ？
Where is my husband?
うちの人が
My
いない
husband
の。
isn't here!
ずっと一緒にいるって約束してくれたのに。
He promised me that he'd stay with me the whole time!
ずっと手
He promised that he'd hold my hand the whole
約
time!
束したのに。
Krause was taken aback by the attitude of hers, which she had never shown in front of him before, and Natsuki understood her feelings.
落ち着いて。
Calm down.
秀吉さんもル
Hideyoshi,
ドルフさんたち
his
と
son
一
is
緒
with
に
Rudolph,
今
son,
表へ出ていま
Kire
す。
son, and they're outside right now.
表へ。
Outside?
どうしてよ。
Why?
私とずっと一
He
緒にい
promised
て
to
く
stay
れ
with
る
me
って
the whole
約束したの
time.
に。どうして表になんか行
Why
って
did he
る
go
の？
outside?
表へ出てはダ
You
メ。
must go outside. The witch is outside. You mustn't go. You'll be killed.
殺されてしまう。
エヴァ落ち着きなさい。
Eva, calm yourself. Yoshi-san is back in the mansion with Rudolph and Kire-san.
Why do you have to go to the mansion? Why do you let him outside when it's safe in here? Why did he go back to the mansion?
No one to get enough food to last until tomorrow. Yoshi-san was worried about your health and he told us so.
When will they come back? When will he come back? You can't go outside. Not to the rose garden, not to the mansion. Witches there, going to witches walking around. If she finds him, he'll be killed. He'll definitely be killed. When will my husband come back? And then he left here 30 minutes ago. We are waiting for their return. 30 minutes? Makes no sense. Why are they taking so much time to go to mansion and food and come back? And why are you two just standing around here? We have to go get him. Quick, we have to go where he is. Eva had probably had quite a nightmare. After waking up discovering that it still wasn't over, she could no longer hide her confusion. Natsu tried calming her down, but it only made Eva's emotions explode all the more. Then they heard that disturbance. Lobby door opened slightly and battling kids who should have been upstairs poking their faces out. Kraus, Natsu, Eva, and Valor, George, Jessica, and Nanjo. Everyone in the guest house was gathered by the entrance and understood this current situation. I agree with Mother. We should go check on Father and the others. Yeah, you're right. There's also the chance that their load is too heavy and they're having trouble carrying it. You should welcome some extra hands. Rosa-san was attacked not long ago. Obviously, this is a second disaster. You should act with caution here and... Don't be ridiculous! Act with caution and what? I say we should stand by my husband died when he might be praying for help. I'm going to look, the cowards can stay here. Looking agitated, Eva raised her gun. Doesn't matter her expression, would be used for anyone to try and stop her. George realized that first, raised his head. I'll go too. And you would too, right, Balor-kun? More people the better. Sure. And Eva, we're coming to you to tell us not to. I'm coming too. Damn, I'm gonna be the only one hiding where it's safe. Jessica, you must not go outside. You just stay here with me. Do you understand? There's essentially implying that those three had already been killed anyway, so it was pointless to go outside. Natsu Australia had made a deep gouge in Eva's heart, but she said those words strongly as just his mother. You're right. That would probably be best. Nisa, you and your family keep watch over the guest house. This is my family and Balor-kun family's problem. I wonder if Dog Nanjo would come too, just in case of the worst.
エヴァ、ジョージ、南條の4人は屋敷のホールにてルドルフ、キリエ、秀吉の3人
In the
を
hall
発見。
of the mansion, Battler, Eva, George, and Nanjo found the bodies of Rudolph, Kire, and Hideyoshi.
第4から第
Fourth
6
twilight through the sixth twilight.
なら死体には
Then the corpses were pierced through the forehead, chest, and stomach with those demon stakes.
例の悪魔の杭が
はい。
Yes.
ルドルフの額に
Into
1本、
Rudolph's forehead,
秀吉の胸に1本、
into Hideyoshi's chest,
そしてキリエ
and
の
into
首に1本、
Kire's stomach.
悪魔の杭が
One
打ち込ま
demon
れてい
stake
ます。
buried into each.
3人には
The
争
clothing
い
on all three
あ
was
るいは逃げ
disordered,
回るかした
and
と
because
思
of
わ
this,
れ
it
る
is thought that they've
着
been
衣に
fighting
乱
or
れがあり
running
ます。
away.
3人の遺体は寄り添ってはおらず、
Since three bodies were not found right next to each other, it is hypothesized that after coming into contact with the culprit, they attempted some form of resistance.
杭で
Stakes in the forehead, chest, and stomach.
とか相変わらず
Horrible, just like usual. Even though Ronove knew it would be superfluous, he thought that maybe he should tell Battler. In actuality, the witch had killed them in a much more horrible way. He had advised the witch to restrain herself, which was why the corpses had been left so undamaged. The new and brutal witch, thinking that all she needed to do was get the gouge with the stake part right, had even just stuck a stake into a lump of meat that wasn't even shaped like a human. Rose and Maria's corpses would probably have been especially striking. They didn't kill it as the golden witch has wished. Just how gruesome would the exposed corpses have been? Theo changed that into a kind of killing that Battler would have called still better. One had Beto's small amount of thoughtfulness appreciated, without telling Battler about that. But for Battler, that might do more harm than good. For humans, the gap between being alive and being dead is still very large. As for Beto's feelings to be accommodating on the grounds that she had changed it to a better way of dying. Might have made it possible for a demon to pardon her. There's no way it would work out the same way for a human. In saying this, Ronove remained silent even though he knew of Beto's modest efforts.
いつも通り死体の
As
死亡
usual,
確
let's
認
start
か
by
らさ
checking
せて
what the
もらうぜ
corpses are dead.
ロノベ
Ronove,
Akane
please
宣言を頼む。
declare it in red.
おい聞こえないのか
Can't you hear me?
赤で宣言を頼
Please
む
declare it in red.
復唱要求だ
This is a repetition request.
ルドルフキリエ
Rudolph, Kire,
秀
and
吉の
Hideyoshi
3名
are
は死
dead.
亡している
申し訳ございません。
My apologies.
復唱を拒否さ
Allow
せ
me
て
to
いただ
decline
き
from
ます。
repeating that.
なんだと
What?
いきなりどうい
That's
う
so
つもりだ
sudden. What are you planning? Now, proclaiming the death of victims right was almost a given in this battle. Refusing to do so was almost like losing by default. Valor was dumbfounded.
申し訳ございません。
My apologies.
私めの
I
お
have
嬢様
humbly
の代行
relinquished
者で
my
ある資
right to be
格
my
を
lady's
これを
agent.
もって返上させていただきます。よって私
Accordingly,
には
I cannot
そ
repeat
れ
that in
を赤で
red.
復唱することができません。それを復唱する資格があるのはお嬢
The only
様
one qualified
た
to
だ一
repeat
人だけ
that
でございます。
is my lady.
正しい言い分です。
It is a valid point.
ロノウェはベアト側の代行者
Ronove
でし
is
かあ
but
り
an
ません。
agent for Beto's side.
ロノウェが代行の役を折り、
If Ronove steps down from position of agent, and Bali could not accept Beto as an opponent,
新しい代行者を
a
立
new
てる必
agent
要があ
must
り
be
ます。
created.
新しき代行者はおりません。
There is no new agent.
どうかバトラ様、
Please, Valor-sama,
お嬢様を再び
please accept my lady as your game partner once more.
悪いが
Sorry.
But that's not happening. Definitely won't accept that unpleasant, ruthless bitch as my opponent. To accept that is the reason I won't abandon this game. Regarding your point about my lady being unpleasant, I apologize in her stead. I shall obtain my lady's pledge that she will not take unpleasant actions again. Yeah, right. Battler-kun. I also apologize as that child's master. I will give her a thorough talking to, so please forgive her just this once. Hey, quit that. They sound like I'm the bad guy. No matter how much you guys apologize, it won't reach my ears. If you can say that from her own mouth. What did Beatrice do? She was enjoying the cruelty of another. Therefore, she was being a bit of a booch. Well, it's not like I'm gonna listen to her. Alright. If that is the only condition under which you accept that child again, let us have her apologize. Ronove. Call for that child. Is that alright, Battler-kun? Whatever you want. Don't expect me to forgive her. Go on, call for that irritating bitch of a witch. You have my thanks, Battler. I will call her now. My lady, Battler-sama is calling for you. After a few heartbeats, gold butterflies gather together in midair and create Beato's form. I want them to want it. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to see. It was much more docile than the way she had appeared before now. Did you call Ronove? I believe you heard. Is there anything you have to say from your own mouth? Looks as though Beetle shrunk slightly under Battler's cold gaze. Several times she made an effort to get the words out of her mouth, but that didn't work so well. And she was just as awkward as someone trying to light a match during a freezing winter with frozen hands. Even as she did that, the game board was receding. In the hall, they found the bodies of new victims that had broken down crying. Kire-san! Experiencing a charisma break. This time not happened to small girls, please understand. She's experiencing a charisma break when everyone else is experiencing an emotional break. Mother, stay strong. You're the only one who's crushed and sad. They probably died instantly. If we had arrived immediately after they fell, I'm sure they would have been too late.
いいえ、違うわ。きっと生きてたわよ。
No, it wouldn't. You've definitely been alive.
胸にこんなものを刺されて。
His chest was stabbed with this thing. I must have died in
もが
extreme
き苦し
pain.
みながら死んでいったに違いないのよ。もっと早く来ていればきっと助かった。
If I'd come faster, he would have been saved. I know it. I just know it.
助かったの
I
よ。
just know it.
バトラー君も辛いだろうけど
Alec-kun, I know it's horrible, but you have to stay strong.
大丈夫だよ大丈夫だぜ兄貴
I really am, Alec.
もうちょっとだけ泣かせてくれ
Let me cry a little bit longer.
俺が一番悲しくな
I
い
should
は
always
ず
be
なんだ
sad.
だからもうちょっとだけ泣いたら
So if you just let me cry a little longer, I'll
大丈夫だ
be fine.
そんなことないよ
That isn't
両
true.
親を失った
I understand
心の
much
痛
it
みを
must hurt
よく
you
わ
in
か
your
る
heart to have lost both parents.
僕には母さんがまだいる
I still have my mother.
バトラー君よりはるかにマ
Not
シ
much
だ
better than you, Balak-kun.
いや違うぜ
No, you haven't.
ジョージの兄貴が
You have the
一番
worst
辛いは
George,
ずなんだ
Aniki.
分かってん
I
だ
understand, Aniki.
兄貴ジョージの兄貴が
Of Homus.
俺たちの
Everyone
中で
was devastated
一
and
番
in
悲し
pain.
くて辛いんだ俺はそれを分かってる
I know that.
だからこれ以上
So I can't keep on
娘さん
sibling
と
like
泣いちゃい
this.
けねえんだどうして僕の方が辛いなんて
Why? Why did you say that?
俺にとっちゃ親父もキリエさんも
To me,
成人して独り立ちしたら
Yurei
いつか
san,
は別れる人間
people
さ
I eventually part with when I became an independent adult.
親である以上
As their parents,
子供より先に
just
死
they
ぬのは
die before their
宿命だ
children.
それが
It's just that it
早
happened
く
a
なっ
little
ちまった
early.
だけの話だぜだが兄貴は
But it's
違
not
う
like
ぜ
that for you, Hanaki.
いつか別れ
You
る
just
親
lose a
だけじゃ
parent
な
you
い
part with eventually.
これからの
Also
人
lost
生を
someone you
ずっ
should
と
have
一
lived
緒
your
に生き
life
ていくは
with.
ずのシャノンちゃんまで
Yo, Shannon-chan as
失ったんじゃな
well.
いかよ人の命に
But
重
like
さなん
human
かねえ
lives have
さ
different weights.
赤ん坊の命だって
And there's a baby or an old person, they're all just as precious.
同じくらいに尊いだろうよだがよ
Still,
それからの人生
the
が
long
長け
life
れば
they had
長
in
い
front
ほ
of
ど
them,
一緒に築いていく
all
未
of the
来が
future you
長
have
ければ
built together,
長い
this
ほどその知ってるは
the sadder
悲しい
their
ものなんじゃねえのかよ兄貴は
Hanaki,
シャノンちゃんと婚約したんだろ
each to Shannon-chan, weren't you?
これからの人生と
You
家
promised that
庭
you'd build a
を
life and a home
一緒に
together in the
築いてい
future,
こうって
didn't you?
約束したんだろその未来の
Back to how huge that future was.
幸せのでかさがよ
And how huge that happiness was.
俺の痛みなんかとは比べ
My
物に
pain
なら
doesn't
ね
even
え
come close.
だから兄貴はもっ
No
と
one
もっ
would
と
like me
泣い
for
ても
crying
許
so,
されるはず
so
なんだ
much more.
なのに
Yet,
俺たちいいとこの兄貴格
just
だから
because you're like a big brother to us cousins,
無理に冷静を装って
force yourself to act like everything's okay.
やめてよバトラ君
Stop it. Like, good. He was trying to make a calm smile, but he couldn't any longer stop a single hot tear from leaving a streak down his face.
悲しくないわけがないじゃん
How can I possibly be sad?
僕は
I think you shared in all the futures we imagined
たくさんの
together.
未来を思い描き合ったさきっと100年の
We
人生
talked
で
of
は
so many
叶えきれない
dreams.
くらいの夢
100 years of our human lives would never been enough to make them all come true.
その夢の
Of those dreams,
一番最初の
not even the first
席を
one.
入れることさえ叶えられな
Your
くて
move into my family registry. We couldn't even have that.
悲しくないわけが
How can
ない
it
じゃないか
possibly?
それに比べたら俺なんか
Compared to that, I
だから俺にはこれ以
like
上
I said,
泣く資
I have
格なん
no
かねえ
right
ん
to
だ
cry anymore.
兄貴だってこらえてるのに
What even you're holding about Aniki? What
俺
right
に
do
こ
I
れ以
have
上
to
の
shed any
涙を
more
流す資
tears?
格なんて同じだよ
We're the same.
親しい人を失
Both
え
of
ば
us feel the exact same sadness from losing the ones we love.
僕もバトラ君も同じだよだからバトラ君が僕より
There's
涙を
something
流して
saying
は
you
いけ
don't
な
have
い
the
なん
right
て
to
ルール
cry
はない
compared to me.
そして
And
僕だって
there's nothing saying
もうこれ以上
I have to hold back my tears
涙をこらえなければならないなんて
any
ルー
longer
ル
either.
ないんだもんね兄貴
Aniki!
兄貴
Aniki!
未来を語り合ったシャノンが死んだ
Shan and I always talked about our future together. And now she's dead.
父さんも死んだ
My dad, he's dead too. It hurts.
悲しいな
It really hurts.
悲しいな
As Balor and George suddenly hug each other, they cry waterfall of tears over each other's shoulders, those people important to them.